morning. Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. No, Wednesday. Wednesday. You see what happens when I skip a day? This is what happened on Monday, you guys. We had a blizzard here in southeastern Connecticut, this is a very educational time here because, a lot of people will get a lot of snow and they'll go, "Oh, we've had a blizzard," but I learned that that's not actually the case. I know that a blizzard is sort of classified by it's more than just about the snow. It's about the winds and all of those things. And so there a lot of times it's just us being extra when we go, "Oh my God, we've had a blizzard." We have not had a blizzard most of the time. And so but we did actually in fact have a real life blizzard. And in fact, the numbers for the blizzard surpassed the blizzard of 1978, which was one of the biggest blizzards on record. And so huge numbers. And I remember someone showing me the Farmer's Almanac. Now apparently there's some drama behind it. I don't know. I'm not getting into that this morning, but somebody showed me the Farmer's Almanac, and according to the Farmer's Almanac, this was supposed to be a mild winter for the coast, and it was supposed to be the most wintry in Middle America. Well, we have just fixed that. And so anyway, we had record-breaking snowfall. The winds in our area were up to almost 70 miles an hour. It was insanity. And giving a amazing weather report from the porch was my husband, the Canadian, who was outside enjoying the weather. Take a look.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about Connecticut anymore. I'm really regretting my life choices right now. I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of fuckery going on everywhere. A lot of fuckery going on, guys. There's a lot of fuckery going on.
So that was that. And he was outside on the porch, y'all, just showing out. Okay. And it was even for him as a Canadian, it was a lot. It was a lot for him. And he was like, this is horrible. But it was very funny. And it ended up being, we did not even get shoveled out yesterday, you guys, until late afternoon. It was really, like not shoveled, like plow, like our road plowed. Did not happen until later on in the afternoon. We had our porch and sidewalk and all of that done the night before, but it took a while, and there was a lot of chatter on social media locally here about the roads not being cleared, and so it's been an interesting time. And the other part of this is that they were showing yesterday, over the next 14 days, there was a possibility of snow 8 out of the 14 days. So it's not even like over yet. Not even over yet. But it's pretty to look at, but it does get, there's something to think about here where you think about people who maybe don't have the physical capacity to go out and clear the snow. You think about businesses that have to close and they're losing money, and this is one of the most expensive states to live in. And, so there's a lot of things that sort of tie into that. And so we know when people are complaining for a minute on social media, just let them complain a minute. That it'll pass. It'll be springtime soon. They'll get over it. But don't come on people's posts like, stop. Just let them be. Let them be and scroll on, because you don't know what's behind it. Maybe they can't handle going to shovel the snow. Maybe their business is closed and they're out of money and they've got to be able to pay their bills. You don't know what's behind people's complaints. So let people be. and all of that. Listen, Marjean is here today, and we're going to be talking about her take on what's going on with the homeschool situation here in the state of Connecticut. We're going to dive into some of the information about that and any new information that I have for you guys today, which is not a lot. You could take it or leave it. So we're going to be talking about that coming up shortly, but I would love for you to head over to the comments. Let us know where you're joining from and what is bringing you joy today. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas, and this is Project Joy Live. It's your triple shot of good vibes every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at this 9 a.m. Eastern time hour. We've had a couple people, a couple of the kids have been under the weather. That's such a funny saying right now. Not feeling 100% over the last week. And then this morning I woke up and I'm a little like, "Err." So if we cut to commercial and don't come back, you'll know why. Okay, everybody. Heading over to the comments this morning, Miss Sang D is out there. Happy Wednesday. She said, two of my favorite ladies here today, which brings my entire soul so much joy. We love that. Love you here, Sang, and love you to pieces. Good morning, Danielle. Happy hump day to you. They're out there digging out the snow. Still snowing today, by the way, guys. Danielle's about an hour and a half north of me, and yeah, we're all having fun over here. Yeah, that's Marjean's dad there that you saw in that video, the Maple Leaf Money Man. That's what we call him. I hope you guys are all doing well today. So listen, we're gonna take a super quick break, and when we come back, through the magic of our broadcast here today, Marjean will be here on the screen. We'll be right back after this.
Breakthroughs are about more than you might think. They're about discovering who you are, digging deep, reaching to the core of your soul. They're about healing yourself, understanding your beliefs, creating a ripple effect. And it's not just those initial moments that matter. It's about using them to bring more joy into our own lives and the lives of others. It's about having fun, letting loose, enjoying every moment life has to offer. It's about finding a safe space. It's about creating connection. Join us each and every day for exclusive programming, special events, and a community to call home, where we invite you to explore, change the way you look at and live your life, and go beyond the breakthrough. So we ask you, are you ready? We'll see you online at thebreakthroughshow.com.
Everybody, please welcome back to the show, Marjean Dugas.
Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning.
From the living room.
Yeah.
What's the weather like over there today?
By the window, it's pretty cold.
I know. Listen, it's hilarious living in a house that was built in 1880 because the windows are not insulated well, my friends, and it gets a little chilly. It's a little chilly over there. I debated putting my hood up too this morning, but I don't look as cute as Marjean with my hood up. So I was over here trying not to broadcast some kind of episode of South Park when I put my hood on because I'll be over here looking like Kenny. It's what it is. What's bringing you joy this morning, Marjean?
That's a good question. I guess friends, family, and the fact I got to have the most amazing time with my best friend last week, which was really fun.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys celebrated a birthday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Love that.
17. So old. Gray
Oh
hairs.
my gosh. Getting into the old age club now over there.
Mhm.
Yeah. She's not, I mean, yeah, I guess she's almost what, like 8 months older than you? Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got like a few months before you're 17. Um,
So it's not like so
that's fine.
disappointing. Mm-hmm.
Did you hear? Did you hear? We were talking about before the show that the 2026 nominees for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame have been announced this morning. You guys, let me know who your favorites are in this list. Are y'all ready for it? Your nominees are Billy Idol. Billy Idol. Anybody like Billy Idol? Any Billy Idol fans out there? In Excess. Love In Excess. That's I you know what's hilarious to me? Anytime they make these lists, it feels like they've all been a really long time coming. Like we've
Mm-hmm.
been waiting a long time for this. Third one, Iron Maiden. I'm not a big Iron Maiden fan, but it has, they've been around a really long time.
Yeah.
The incredible Jeff Buckley.
One of
I
my
know.
favorites, for sure.
Love that. Love that. And that's another thing too that's sad for me is when people get introduced to the Hall of Fame and they're not here to enjoy it,
Mhm.
to really celebrate that as well. In addition, Joy Division / New Order. I'm not positive that I'm aware of.
I have no idea who that is.
I feel like New Order, but I don't know about Joy. Anybody else out there who can help me out? Let me know. What do they sing? What they play? The incredible Miss Lauryn Hill. You guys remember her from the Fugees. Lauryn Hill. Remember her from? She was in Sister Act 2. Lauryn Hill's had an incredible
Mhm.
career. Love her. Love that for her. Another one that I wish it would have come. Sooner. Luther Vandross. I know Ferran's gonna love that one. He loves that song, Never Too Much. Love that. This is another one, long ass time. Mariah Carey. Mariah Carey on that list. I know that some of these I'm like, what has taken so long? Anyway, next one, this is one of my favorites for actual, like, that sort of fulfill that rock and roll vibe. Melissa Etheridge on that list this morning. New Edition. Candy Girl, you are my world. You see, I raised them right over here. Also, Oasis.
Oh my god, I love
Oasis.
Oasis.
I know. Next on the list is Pink.
Not
Pink.
them.
I like Pink. I like Pink. And this one upsets me. Phil Collins.
What?
Guys, why? This should have. Phil Collins is not only, we know Phil Collins from Phil Collins and also of Genesis. He is like an insane drummer and like songwriter and all of those. Anyway, Phil Collins is a duh for me. Another duh moment for me, Sade.
Mm-hmm.
Sade, I mean, you know who's gonna love this? My friend Rodney's gonna love this. And he's gonna laugh if he comes back and watches this because I need to clip this moment because I'm gonna have to send this to him. I didn't know who Sade was back. This was. I mean, I knew who she was, but he was a really big fan, and he got me into listening to Sade. Love her. Shakira. Bless you. Shakira has made the list. Also, the Black Crows. Love the Black Crows. They came here and I wanted to see them, but I didn't get to see them. And finally, I know some of my homies from back in the day are going to love this one. Wu-Tang Clan. Wu-Tang Clan at at the end of the list. So what do you guys think? Who are your favorites? By the way, you can go to rockhall.com. I'm going to put we're not sponsored by them or anything like that, but you go to rockhall.com and you can vote for your fan favorite. Okay. You can vote. I will be voting. All right. I will be voting because I'm excited. But who are your favorites out of that list, Marjean?
Probably I'd have to say Oasis because I listen to them the most. Or no, wait. It's like a tie between Oasis and Jeff Buckley.
Sang's comments are taking me out this morning. Wu-Tang forever. Anyway, Jeff Buckley, yeah, Oasis. It would be really hard for me to narrow it down. I think some of my favorites to see are In Excess, Melissa Etheridge, Phil Collins for sure. Sade for sure. Yeah, some of these. And then, but it's interesting for me because we think about, we've talked before on the show about how music, affects each other, different genres of music we hear bleed over into other genres. And the interesting thing about this is that, so for me, like rock and roll signifies like when I hear rock and roll, I think of like rock and roll music, but rock and roll had such an influence on a lot of different types of music. So of course, there's a lot of people that are included in the Hall of Fame that you might not immediately go, oh, rock and roll. When I think of Wu-Tang Clan, my brain doesn't go, oh, rock and roll, but so it's interesting to see all of the inductees over the years, and I'm going to go vote. I don't know about you guys, but I'll be interested to hear on what your votes are. If you do go to vote, let me know. So the elephant in the room. We've been having a lot of conversations around these parts about what is going on at the state capitol building here in the state of Connecticut. And to give you guys a little bit of background, we have been homeschooling in our house since 2013. And at the time that I started homeschooling, I had 4 kids in 4 different schools, and it was logistically for a large family a nightmare because the schools, even though they were part of the same school system, we lived in Alabama at the time, they never communicated. So like it was getting to the point where I would have to say, I can't come to your spelling bee because I have to go to her concert, or I can't go on the field trip with you because I have to go, do the parent thing in their class. And the reason I had 4 kids in 4 different schools is because the schools are set up a lot differently down there age-wise. It's not a larger group of ages like we see here, and or what I've been used to growing up in the state of Connecticut. And so, and then we had a situation happen with my oldest, where the school was not taking accountability for something that was going on, and I had just had enough. And so, Marjean, the only school that she had been to, because she was my 4th at that time, that was in school at that time, but was only in preschool. And so that was you've been homeschooled from kindergarten on, like you've never been to an actual public school outside of preschool. Jaslyn and Leah have never been at all. Clay, Sky, and Nina have all been through the public school system, and as well as private school also. And so, so it's interesting, the journey that we've taken, and, coming here to Connecticut was an interesting process because we had to register when we were in Alabama. We had to register with like an umbrella or a church school, and they don't require you to do that here in the state of Connecticut. But that said, we have a very, very pristine law here in the state of Connecticut,
Mhm.
which I'm going to pull it up on my phone so I can make sure I read it to you guys correctly. But the law is very specific. And as I'm looking for it here, sorry guys, here we go. It's Connecticut General Statute 10-184, and it's entitled, and this is what's always really interesting to me. It's entitled The Duties of Parents. It does not say the duty of the state. It does not say the duty of the superintendent. It does not. It says the duties of parents. All parents who have the care of children shall bring them up in some lawful and honest employment and instruct them or cause them to be instructed in reading, writing, spelling, English grammar, geography, arithmetic, United States history, and in citizenship, including a study of the town, state, and federal governments. Notice how it says parents have the duty, not the state. And then it goes on to say, if you choose not to be the one to instruct them, then if you choose not to, then you would send them to a public, private, or parochial type school situation. Okay. So most of us take that very seriously. And there have been a lot of cases, not even a lot. There have been a few cases in the state of Connecticut where there have been, abuse situations or whatever that have happened. And so because of those situations, they are looking to change the statutes. We do not yet have a bill with wording that we can read. And part of what's been disturbing for me through the process is that they are attempting to not even have the conversation before drafting the bill. They are not including the conversation with the homeschooling community before coming up with wording for the bill.
Mhm.
So all of that being said, there are some pretty significant misconceptions about homeschoolers, which I've seen. Went on social media yesterday and then doing a quick Google search. I had seen some conversations happening where there's these assumptions that homeschoolers don't interact with anybody.
That's crazy. Because
Tell us how you feel about that.
when I went out with my friend for her birthday party, last Saturday, her friend was there, and me and her were talking even on the ride to her house. Like, we were talking the whole time. And anytime I go out, I find somebody to talk to. I
That's
don't care
amazing.
how sheltered you are, you're always talking to somebody, you're always communicating, you're always socializing, unless you just never leave the house by some odd chance.
Right.
You're
And
always talking to somebody.
and what I'll say about that, from what they're trying to say is that if a child is forced to, go to a public school or a private school, or they have to check in somewhere, then they're going to have to come out of the house. But my sort of rebuttal to that is that people who are criminals are going to be criminals. Like, they're not going to care what laws you have in place to go check in. They're going to go do whatever they want anyway. And so there's no statute that can be put into place that's going to 100%, prevent these kind of problems from happening. If that was the case, there would be 0 children in public schools who have bad situations at home. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. And you and I both know people who are in public school who have really abusive home situations. Mm-hmm. Where there's police involved, there's DCF involved, there's all kinds of stuff going on. So if a child checking in or a family checking in was going to prevent something, we would see 0 abuse in public schools. And that's just not the fact.
Like I was telling you the other day, like, people making the argument of what's going on, like, how do we know what's going on at your home? you don't, it's none of your business. Is it your business to know what's going on at the public schooler's home? Is anybody asking that question? When has that question been asked? Never. There are kids that go to school bruised. You can't even see them because of the clothes they're wearing. Or maybe you do. Nobody asks questions because nobody cares. And that's sad to say. People need to care.
There it is. There it is. I didn't say it. And so another thing that, you and I have been talking about a little bit is your specific journey. So we'll keep it fairly generalized, but when Marjean was little, she had really significant problems with her digestive system. It was severe. We were having to commute to a specialist 2 hours away back then when she was little. And so because of that situation, if we were in a public school situation, it would have been really hard for us because, they have very strict laws about attendance and everything like that, even if you are sick. And so we wouldn't have had the freedom that we had to do things at Marjean's pace, to do things so that she could have that time to heal and get better. And now we've come so far with that situation, and it gave you the ability to do things at your own pace. Do you want to comment about that?
So in public school, they allow you to restart a grade, or they allow you to do another year of your grade. I would be, in my opinion, way further behind in a grade than I would be right now. I'm in the grade that every other person I know my age is in, which is 10th grade to 11th grade or whatever. Some of my friends are even further ahead because they're homeschooled. And that's the great thing about homeschooling. You could be finished with high school at 13 years old. And you would still earn that diploma and everything else. And it's not just like, oh, I don't know anything and I just finished high school. You know a lot of stuff, and you can go the college route, which I'm going the high school route. But I would be held back right now at a different grade if I was in public school, because I wouldn't be able to go at my own pace.
What do you think it would have, thinking back to that time, and I know that it's hard for you to think about that sometimes, but thinking back to that time, what do you think that it would have been like for you to experience the pain and everything that you were going through physically and have to be in a public school classroom?
I think that would be very difficult for me, especially because I know there's a lot of people that get bullied in school every day. And I feel like I would have been one of those people due to the way that I was not at everybody else's level at my age because of what was going on.
Right.
And I think that's not fair either, because there are kids that don't have a choice but to go to public school because of what their parents do or whatever. And I just think it's unfair. And I think it wouldn't have been super fun for me at all if I went to public school.
And then from a physical aspect, because you were homeschooled, we were able to allow you to rest when you needed to rest, allow you to take, if you had a really challenging visit with the doctor, to not have to do school the next day, and you could take things at your pace. And it was beautiful to see, how quickly, when you started to feel better and we got past that point, how quickly things just fell into place where they needed to be, even though we spent, a good 5 years really focused on your physical healing, that we were able to go slow during that time and then go a little more fast paced when you started to feel a little bit better. And so to be able to have that freedom to go at the pace that we needed to go was essential for us in our lives. And what I want to say about that is that what they're talking about in Hartford right now, this is where it gets tricky, where they talk about equivalent education. Because the question that many of us have asked is equivalent to what? Equivalent to the worst schools in the state? Equivalent to the best ones, equivalent to the ones where the majority of third graders can't read at all. What equivalent are we talking about here? And then you have the question of, is if we're talking about equivalency, are they going to take into account families like we were back then, where you were behind at first, but it was necessity because we had to focus on your healing, you know? And so there's a lot of there. What I want to say is that every family is such an individual situation that what really bothers me about what they're attempting to do is these sort of blanket statements or ideas about things when we're all individuals and every family's needs is so different. Right now, the public school systems are having a hard enough time keeping their own self in check. And now, now we're going to add us into the mix. Like, it's just good luck. Good luck with that. What are some of your favorite things about being homeschooled? It could be logistical. It could be what you get to do. What are your favorite things about it?
I like that, which some kids are probably not going to agree with, but if we're going on vacation or something, if I'm public schooled and I go on vacation and I'm not learning anything because I have to learn that at school. If I'm on vacation, I can just open my phone or open my computer and do school while I'm on vacation. And it doesn't even have to be a lot because I'm still on vacation. It could just be like something. But another thing would be the time I have, because the program I'm on, Penn Foster, is really easy, I guess, in a sense of like you can learn a school day in 2 hours.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy to, pack down. So if I had somewhere to be, or if I had something to do, I could just do a full school day really quickly and then do whatever I need to do.
Yeah.
Because I have time.
And I will chime in on that and say, like, from my, because I had been to, so I had a very unique situation. I was in public school and then went to private school. And then I had a tutor for a year because I had a really significant health issue. I had a major back surgery when I was 16 years old. And so I was essentially homeschooled I was tutored for a year and then went back to public school. So I had been through a lot of different schooling type of situations. And when, even at the time I was tutored, my tutor would come for a couple of hours and then that was it. Like there was nothing else to that needed to be done because you're not walking from classroom to classroom. You're not doing a lot of the things that you would be doing in public school. And so you save a lot of time. And there's also like that aspect of what happens in the classroom. The classroom, a teacher has to go, pretty much figure out some sort of happy medium pace for, 20, 30 kids in the classroom. Whereas at home, it's a very different situation because it's essentially one-on-one. Your program that you're in, you have teachers through your program virtually, but then if you need help, I'm there to help. There's also through the program that you use, there are tutors in place that you can always email or message and say, hey, I need a meetup because I don't understand this or whatever the situation is. And so, and then of course your younger sister's programs are very different because they're at a different age. They don't have, I'm essentially their teacher in that way. And so it does take a lot less time. Now, what about like you've done 2 different types of dance during homeschooling? You want to tell people what you used to do?
Or wouldn't it be 3? Because I remember I went to a ballet class that didn't last very long.
That wasn't her favorite.
All I remember is they let me play dress up. But I used to Irish dance competitively for, I don't know, like 4 years, I want to say, maybe 5. And then I do line dancing now, which is really fun also. Shout out to Lisa. You're the greatest.
We love Dance Country. Gales Ferry, Connecticut, you guys. dancecountryct.com. Go check them out. Shameless plug.
Yeah. But I want to go into like more dancing for sure, like ballroom dancing or cuz that's really fascinating to me. I really like ballroom dancing and ballet a lot. Um because like I would love to do ballet competitively
Mm.
cuz I think I would be really good at that. Um but I just need to get flexible again because I'm not that flexible anymore.
The flexibility was a big thing when you were doing the
Mhm.
Irish dancing. That
Yeah.
was it was a different thing then. But it and it's like anything else with the extracurriculars. It's no different. How I have to operate a household of a big family is no different now than it was when the kids were in public school years ago, which is, the fact that sometimes we have to say no,
Mhm.
sometimes, because there's only so much time in a day and there's only
Yeah.
so much, logistically that we can do. And so it's no different. We don't operate as a family as far as extracurriculars are concerned, any different than we did back when the kids are in school. The biggest difference is that we have the flexibility to take the classes at any time of day that we want, which enables us to be able to do more
Mhm.
than we would have before. And the cool thing, like you guys, you're doing a nighttime class now, but for the longest time we were doing Tuesday morning.
Mhm.
And the amazing thing about that class is that you're with all ages. And so we need to talk for a moment before we finish up this segment about socialization.
Yeah.
Let's talk about socialization. But homeschoolers are not socialized. When you hear that word, let me just hear from your perspective. And just FYI, y'all, I don't know what she's going to say, so we're about to find out. When you hear the word socialization, what does that mean to you?
I would say anything that involves being around others, whether that's going outside for a walk or or I guess it just means like being outside your house and doing something. Um but yeah, like going on a walk or going to the store or going to a dance class or doing your homework outside of school. I know not outside of school, outside of your house or um whatever like outside of your house would be doing that. Or there's even homeschoolers that do sports. Like my friend goes to Civil Air Patrol every week and she socializes doing that. Um but yeah,
So
there's
around other people is what, like
yeah.
outside the house and around other people. Yeah. Yeah. And there's a school of thought, we'll call it that, from people that feel like the only way for children to be socialized is when they're around children of their own age. That
Yeah.
that's the definition of socialization, is sitting in a class. If you're 16 years old, sitting in a class with 20 other kids who are also 16 years old.
I don't think that makes any sense at all. Like yeah, that's also socializing cuz you're around other people. That's socializing too. But that's not the only thing that's socializing.
Hmm.
I socialize when I hang out with you.
There it is. There it is. We do a lot of family things together, but again, that's no different than it was when I had the kids in public school,
Mhm.
because we're a big family. And that's such a huge difference, I think, too, that has nothing to do with actual schooling.
Mhm.
That has to do with just family dynamic, like how a family operates that only has one child. I promise you, is wildly different than
Mhm.
our dynamic, which we have six children, five left at home, and so the dynamic is going to be very different. And so again, we go back to these sort of blanket statements that are made about homeschoolers or homeschooling in general, that are this misconception that every single family is operating in the same kind of way. And it can't be further from the truth, because some of the people that that homeschool, there might only be one or two children that are in the
Mhm.
household, and the amount of activities that they're able to do is very different than ours. It's a different situation. And so, do you have like a final thought or a comment as we approach the time that we're going to need to go back up to the Capitol and testify? What is your main message for the politicians of Connecticut who want to go and change our pristine homeschooling statute?
First of all, mind your business. Second of all, if you are not asking the same questions you're asking to us, or you're not as worried about the people in public school, then you have a whole other problem than what we're doing. Because that is none of your business if you can't even try to figure out what's going on with the public schoolers. Because if they're going there and they're acting crazy, and with everything that goes on in public schools, then that's something you need to worry about first. You can't expect homeschoolers to be in public school if they're not even going to be safe. So that's what I got to say about that.
You heard it here first, boys and girls. We're going to take a quick break and listen to the For Love poem, and we'll be right back after this.
I shall stand for love, even with a broken soul, even with a heavy heart. I shall stand for love, for the world is wounded, not just my little piece of land, where I am mostly safe, where I am mostly well, but our world, everywhere, every day. I shall stand for love, because we need more light, not more death, not more power, not more bombs. I shall stand for love, so that our children are safe, so that our friends are sheltered, so that our borders are open. I shall stand for love, even with a broken soul, even with a heavy heart.
Welcome back to Project Joy Live. Thank you for standing for love with us here on the show with my friend Dorothy Auger. Gosh, there's a lot going on right now. I want to go over the comments really quickly. We had some love from Miss Trista over at Destiny Charm Divination. Good to see you this morning, Miss Trista. And Danielle said, I love that. I wish I was able to get into dancing when I was young. I tried. Danielle, do you remember, I forget the name of it now. There was a little dance studio. It's a church now over on the hill that goes up from Washington Park. Do you remember that, Danielle? There was a little dance studio over there in like a white building. A lot of people we know were in that dance studio. I was a bigger girl because I was on pretty hefty medication from the time that I was in second grade. And so all the other little girls my age were these teeny tiny little girls taking dance or whatever. And the conversation about bullying and all of that is a real thing. And it was not, I lasted 2 classes. So that's that, my friends.
It's okay to be sick. It's fine. And I see Danielle dancing all the time when we go to listen to the local music, so I don't want to hear it.
Oh, see, she says you're a dancer, Danielle. She sees, and it's true. Me and Danielle get out there for a minute. Danielle more than me. I just don't have the stamina at this point in my life. Danielle said my parents wouldn't sign me up because of the cost and not wanting to drive me there. And see, like this. I'm sorry that happened, Danielle. I had similar situations with different things, but what I want to say about that is that this proves my point that no matter whether you are in public school or private school or homeschool, parents always have choices to make. There's not like this if you're in public school, you just automatically get to do all the things. That's complete misconception. And if you're homeschooled, it doesn't mean you don't get to do anything. So that's a complete misconception too. So prove my point. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Danielle.
We need to come to the beach when we do the dancing at the beach because they do the free classes. So
I know. And well, it's hard because they do the dancing on Thursdays and Danielle drives an hour and a half to come down here. So that's like midweek. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
midweek. Teresa's like, I see Danielle as a dancer too. She does. She gets out there. I have video proof.
Me too.
Boys and girls. She said, dancing is so freeing for me. It's good for the soul. I will agree. When I can do it, when I'm not trying to drop it, when I'm not trying to hurt my Gen X self over here. Jamad is here this morning. Oh my God. It's been so long.
Jamad.
I know. We had the honor and the privilege to get to spend some time with Jamad when we were down south, and I will never forget it. I will never forget it. That was a good hug. Where's my hug? Come up here. I don't recommend coming right now. We got too much snow, Jamad, but come up when it's warm. Come up when it's warm. Yes, singing and dancing is necessary for health. You hear that? I would agree. So, you know, what I will say, echoing, thank you for your thoughts, Marjean, on the homeschooling stuff that's going on. And I'm very excited. You guys don't think that I will not be videoing it. Marjean is working on testimony to speak in front of the committee, the education committee up at our state capitol building. So when she does that, y'all don't think I'm not going to video it and show, because I'm going to be so proud.
Because
so proud.
When we were in Alabama, I would not have been doing this. So thank you, Connecticut, for giving me the confidence that I now have, because everybody's jobs are going to be dropped. Because if they don't change the bill, at least I will be out of the Capitol knowing that they're all going to feel like idiots. Sorry. I said it. Okay. Sorry.
There it is. There it is, everybody. Guess what, Marjean? It's time to do birthdays.
Yay!
Let's do it.
Happy birthday to you.
I'm over here. I'm just tickled right now. I just can't even tell you. So proud. So proud. Okay. So in the world of celebrity today, Steve Jobs, who passed away in 2011, he was a CEO of Apple. He had a birthday today. Floyd Mayweather, boxer, the big 5-0 today. Happy birthday, Floyd Mayweather. Actress Kristen Davis, you might know her from Sex and the City, among many other things, 62 years old today. Movie actor Billy Zane, 61 years old today. And blues singer George Thorogood is 77 years old today, everybody. The celebrities in my life, you guys know him in our virtual club inside the Breakthrough Show Network as DJ Blackout. But he's a real life person, you guys, and I have known him since we were babies. Arceo Atad had a birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, DJ Blackout. Love it. And then today, Lisa Peranzo, who's a Breakthrough Show Network alum, as well as another alum, Claudette Gadsden, has a birthday today. And my friend Jennifer Bain also has a birthday. And also recently, Marjean's friend had a birthday. You want to tell us about it?
Yeah, it was super fun. I had like literally the best time because I got to go to her house early and we got to get ready together. And it was just so fun. But she's like my best friend in the whole wide world. And we're going to be best friends for 4 years now, June 15th. So exciting.
Very exciting. Yes. So happy birthday, Lily. Happy birthday. All right. Here we go, everybody. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, dear Steve, Floyd, Kristen, Billy, George, Arceo, Lisa, Claudette, Jennifer, and Lily. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to all those that are celebrating. We hope you have an amazing day. Let's see what's happening in the comments. Danielle was like, let's go. Let's go. Marjean. Yes, happy birthday, DJ Blackout. Look at all the love DJ Blackout's getting. See, he doesn't realize I asked him, can I use your likeness and your music for my virtual club? And he said yes. He has never actually hung out in there to know that people know who he is. Okay. So thank you again, Arceo, for being part of our virtual world. We appreciate you. What's happening? Oh, I will be back on Friday's episode of Project Joy Live with a very special co-host. You guys have seen him before, perhaps. If not, you're going to see him for the first time. Brian K. Wright is going to be here with me. We always have so much fun, but I'm very excited because what I've implemented is the last Friday of every month on Project Joy Live, we are going to have an amazing business guest, a special breakthrough business corner inside Project Joy Live. And we're going to be talking about the joy of being an entrepreneur. And Brian is a writer. He's a publisher. He's a ghostwriter. He does a lot of really amazing things. And I'm excited to have him on the show. And he's going to be specifically talking to people who have books and how you can reignite sort of the hype around your books that you've written, which I think is a great topic because I have 5 books. And sometimes, you write the book, you're excited, you have the launch, and then it's like, now what? Now what do we do with this? How do we keep that hype up? So Brian's going to be on the show on Friday to talk about that with everybody. And I'm super excited because he loves music and musicals like I love music and musicals. And we always have a sing-song time, everybody. So tune in Friday. Also, what else do we have going on? I think we have lots of stuff going on this week. Go visit thebreakthroughshownetwork.com and go see what we have going on our calendar with our shows and all of that fun stuff. And in addition, if you are not on our mailing list yet, the link is down in the show notes. Go click on the link, subscribe to our mailing list. That is the best way to keep up to date with what's happening in our community. But we just had a really special edition version of our newsletter that came out on Monday that talked about, the energy behind our virtual community. Some of you guys come on and you watch our shows, but there's so much more to the network than just our shows, including amazing events and Marjean's Hello Kitty office.
So cool. So amazing.
There's a different Hello Kitty scene for every season. And it is so slay.
So fabulous.
Is that what what is the current slang word, whatever, for something being like out of this world amazing?
I have no idea, actually. No idea. I just say fabulous all the time.
Fabulous. There we go. We don't have to learn new slang today, you guys, because we have words already in the English dictionary like fabulous.
Yeah. No need for the abbreviations. Yes, it eats.
It eats. We don't go hungry around here, boys and girls. There it is. On behalf of Marjean and myself, we want to wish you an amazing day. Thank you so much for watching wherever you are in the world today. And we want to remind you to make joy a priority in your life today and absolutely every day. We'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.